Today we shall see something about UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. So UNESCO has its headquarters at Paris and it was formed in the year 1945 on 16th November. But the constitution of UNESCO, it has got a constitution. It was approved by 37 countries. It was signed by 37 countries in the year 1946 at London. So, though it was formed in the year 1945, it actually came into force, you can say, the constitution came into force in the year 1946. And initially it was not a part of United Nations, but it became the part of United Nations in the year 1946, December 1946. So what is the objective of UNESCO? To bring peace and security in the world to all the world nations, and also to collaborate all the world nations in terms of education, science, communication and culture. So in these four broad aspects, it aims to bring collaboration between country and country in the world. And the first thing is peace and security, and the second thing is collaboration in these fields. And it also has got so many setups under it, like World Heritage Sites List and IUCN and World Heritage Fund and so many other things which have to be discussed in a broad sense. And it is working for universal respect, to get universal respect to certain things, to bring certain things to be shown to the world that they are more significant. They are justice, rule of law, human rights, fundamental freedoms. So what does this UNESCO do? It helps the world to view these things with importance, with respect, to respect the justice fabric, to respect the rule of law, to respect the human rights, to respect fundamental freedoms. So this is working for this to this end, and its aim is to bring respect to these issues. And there is a famous important treaty that we have to read in view of this UNESCO, the international treaty that was held in Paris, and Paris, as you have seen again, we'll see again, it is the headquarters of UNESCO. So this international treaty was held in Paris in the year 1972. So the treaty was the Convention for Protection of the World Culture and Natural Heritage. So the treaty or this convention is pinpointedly speaking about culture and natural heritage protection. So UNESCO is working to this end. So this convention specially is very important, as UNESCO is giving importance to culture and natural heritage, and under this it has brought these things like heritage sites listing, as you can see, and protecting various species with IUCN listing and all. So cultural and natural heritage protection, for this there was a convention under an international treaty which was held in Paris in the year 1972. So this is a famous thing. And who are the members? How many members are there under UNESCO who are taking part? 193 members are there. Member states are there under UNESCO, and 11 associate members are there. 193 plus 11 to broadly remember it. And among these 193 members, 191 members are the members of United Nations, or also the members of United Nations, but 3 other members are non-UN members who are not taking part in United Nations but who are under UNESCO. There are 3 unique member states. They are Cook Islands, Niue and Palestine. So Cook Islands and Niue, to just remember, they are in the South Pacific Ocean region. They belong to this Oceania place. So both of them are very nearby. And you know about Palestine. So these 3 countries are not under United Nations, okay, but they are under UNESCO. And I've given 2 other countries' names here because these 2 countries, United States and Israel, have given up their membership from UNESCO very recently, like on 31st December on 2018, 2 years back. they have given up their membership, so they're also important to be remembered. So United States, US and Israel have given up their membership. And this is the latest update, removing these two countries only, so 193 members so far. And what are the functions? As we have seen here, it is functioning for education, science, communication, cultural collaboration. So we'll see the broad way, we'll see it in a broad way, like education is for putting up national projects in every country to build up educational sector, to strengthen educational sector, and it aims at education for all. So everybody must have certain basic education. It was its aim. And to improve the quality of education, not just a basic education, but also the quality of education has to be improved. How this is done? You can say that by giving good fillip to higher education projects and all. So, and also this is in a broad sense, you can say, to bring renovation and strategies into educational sector. So it is striving towards good education and education for all in every country. And science, international scientific cooperation. So all countries must cooperate in this field. And scientific research, it aims to develop scientific research in countries and bring about certain developmental programs in the field of science. And why are these being conducted? For good living conditions. So science has to be used. Ultimate goal of science is for good living conditions, for the prosperity, for the goodness of the life. So for good living conditions and also for the development, for secure development, science must be used for security, right? So for secure development also, this is broadly being looked upon by UNESCO. And communication, as we can see, communication and cultural collaboration is also important between countries, and this communication is brought through free flow of information. So information has to flow from countries to countries, nation to nation, world to world, so that they can collaborate and work together and bring about the prosperity. And expression of freedom and press freedom, it is also looking after these things. So press is a very important thing in communication, field of communication. So expression of freedom has to be guaranteed, expression of press freedom has to be guaranteed, and this is also being looked upon by UNESCO. And also it gives certain advices in the field of film and radio services. In these two services, it is giving certain advices to the countries. And also because film and radio are also part of communication, right? And also cultural collaboration. How does this is a major, very important thing, as you know. The first thing that we all get into mind about UNESCO is about cultural protection and conservation. So cultural conservation, the cultures have to be conserved, no culture has to die. And protection, no culture has to be left behind, every culture has to be protected. This is through heritage preservation. So that is what the World Heritage Site list under UNESCO we have seen here. So there are so many sites, even from India. New sites keep on adding up. So heritage preservation is not a single thing, it's not a small thing, but heritage preservation, World Heritage Sites list have to be read in a broad view. But for now, in order to ensure the cultural collaboration or cultural protection conservation, UNESCO is coming up with heritage preservation aim. So through World Heritage Sites list and all. So this is the overall broad mind map about UNESCO, and thank you.